Hello and welcome to Third Eye Thinkers. I'm your host, Michelle Welch.
Hello, I'm your host, Megan Benanti. Thank you for joining us today. How are you, Michelle?
Good. I'm excited about our show today.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And we have a special guest today, too.
Yes, we do. You want to
Laura
introduce her?
Pace, yes.
Hello.
Hello. And you go ahead. Did you plan something?
I didn't really write anything out for you, so just tell us a little bit about yourself, Laura.
Well, I have twins. That's sort of how I started with everybody. No, I have almost 2-year-old twins, and I just kind of recently started working with Michelle at Soultopia about 2 months ago, and have known Megan for a couple of years. Moved here from San Francisco when I got married, and so now I'm here. I'm doing readings at Soultopia, which I love doing. And yeah, it's been a really great experience being a part of the Soultopia family. So I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
We're glad to have
all
you.
the time.
And it's so neat to see Laura grow because I met her when she first moved to Dallas. And we hit it off right away. And it's been a lot of fun and a big journey watching her develop over time. Yeah. I met her pre-babies. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Was there ever a pre-baby time?
yeah, the
No,
babies
it
were on the
doesn't feel
mind.
like it.
Yeah.
So
It will feel that way for a while,
Yeah.
I think. Well, today we were one of the reasons we had Laura on, and Laura, I think we would have had you on for other subjects too, but we decided today would be a good day because all of us like getting gifts and receiving gifts. All three of us, I think,
Yes.
are good. We enjoy gifting others, and we enjoy, of course, receiving gifts.
yes.
And so we're going to do an intuitive activity. It's a game of sorts, and we kind of wanted to teach our listeners how to do this game. In my Thursday night intuitive class, I have taught this class so long that I have had to come up with a lot of creative ideas of ways to practice our intention, or intuition. Now, what we're going to do today, we're calling it intuitive gift exchange. So it's basically kind of your present swap that you would do at any party, a lot of Christmas parties, things like that. But it ties in the element of intuition. So before the show started, we did some intuitive readings for the bags and the gifts that were brought. And the people, you want to tell them who else participating, Megan, today? It's all of us and Megan and Matt
Stoker, our producer is in on the game.
Hi.
And and Matt's always present, so he was an easy fit. We did pick Laura, though, because Laura is known for her gift giving.
I love gift giving.
Yes, and she loves to shop. She's very good at this. And so she has a knack for very unique and fascinating and interesting and very cool purchases. So that was part of the reason we were
You're trying to butter me up?
Yeah.
Is it working?
Let me add, I think they're wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was part of the reason we thought of her as our
Yes.
our other person on this.
So one of the things we're going to try to do is kind of walk you through this exercise. I believe that if you practice your intuition, my belief is we all have it to some degree, some sort of, I don't really like the word sixth sense, but intuition or intuitive abilities, and we kind of forget those, or we get told that, oh no, don't do that, don't talk about your imaginary friend, and we've addressed this stuff before on our podcast. But if you really will practice it, it will come to you more, kind of like riding a bike, and the more you ride it, the better you're going to get. Most everybody, except for maybe my daughter, can get on a bike and ride a bike. She hasn't tried, but if she tried, she probably could. So it's just that. It's just exercising those intuitive muscles. And so the way I thought we'd start out, if this is okay with you guys, is basically the items you need to play are very simple. Okay, you want probably 3 people, and you could go to as many as you want, but you might be there all night, and you'll see why in a little while. So maybe 10 to 12 people, you might want to cap it at that number. And then all you need besides that, you've got your people, and then you want some sort of like brown paper bag or some bag to hide the gifts in, because there's going to be a surprise intuitive element to picking the gifts.
Right. So you don't want to like wrap it. You want it really in a generic, everybody's got the same bag kind of situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because then, they might be reading the wrapping, which might be interesting too, but that might be another way to play the game. What kind of wrapping did this person pick? But you really, and the goal also is not to guess what's in the bag, even though, but if you do, that might be kind of fun, but that's not the goal. The goal is to pick up on a message for, number one, the one who is gifting the gift, so the giver, and then a message for the receiver. And you might ask, well, how would I know? I mean, how do I tap into their energy of that? Well, you could touch the bags if you wanted to, but also you can just set the intention of, I would like to receive a message for whoever bought bag number 1, and I'd like to receive a message for whoever ends up with bag number 1, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And so you bring the brown bags, and you can use cards. You could use just regular paper. These cards are like, I don't know if these show up, but they're really cheap at like Target, or even just index cards. That way, it's just easy. You're not having to cut a lot of paper. So you can bring something like that. Because a lot of times what we find, especially if you do this a lot, is you should keep your messages. Because at the time you get them, you may think, well, that's really generic. That didn't really fit, or I'm not sure about that. And then later, some really may jump out at you. I've kept them for many, many years. And it's very interesting to come back and look at the messages you receive.
Oh, that's very cool. Should we put the date on them? I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we probably should. We can maybe do that after.
Okay.
And so what we did, we're going to walk you through it. We cheated a little bit in that we're not going to take the time from the show to be writing our messages during the show. We already did that before the show started. But if you were doing this as a game or an exercise at home or with your family or friends or whatever, you would do that during the time allotted, maybe 2 hours or something like that. And so basically, you invite guests, limit the number. I said 12 or under. And you typically are going to want to set spending limits. In this case, I don't know that we really even did that, but typically you want to do that just like you would at every party.
I just assumed it was like 20 and under.
Yeah, that's kind of what. So, because you don't want to be that one person that comes out with the $500 gift. I mean, that's like a little. So, Matt, I'm calling you out. You came out with that $500 gift.
I can promise you I was not the person to get the $500 gift.
So, but I found at the store, there's always one, that they'll load it up with all this stuff. And it's like, that's kind of not the idea of it. Right. So you stay within your limit. And then you do set that intention that whoever or whomever receives the gift, they'll receive it for their highest and best good. And whatever message I have to give to the giver and to the receiver will be given for their highest and best good. And that's where you kind of set, or however you set an intention. That's how I set it. It's however you want to. And that way you're tapping into the energy of those gifts.
Yeah.
Right? Even though it's random and it's uncanny, how sometimes you will be, and hopefully we'll see it today, either a theme in the messages or, if you accidentally got, well, we did. What an accident. We read for ourselves today. And if you really didn't know which bag was yours and you're reading for yourself, it can be really interesting what you write for yourself. And so you're going to have the brown bags. You kind of want to hide it. You don't want to know what people are bringing. And then when the guests arrive, Roger's in the studio with us. And I don't know if you guys can see him, but he's down at the opposite end of the table from Laura. And he's got the gifts in front of him. And we put them in our brand new Soultopia bags.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yay.
They finally came in. And so a little different than what we thought they were going to be, but they look great.
Oh, they're lovely.
Thank
you. You should be excited.
And so so you're going to display the gifts, and you're going to number the packages. We've already done that. So you'll number just 1, 2, 3, 4, number all the packages. Pretty basic. If you don't have like a table to write on and you're in a circle in your living room or something, you might want to give them like a clipboard to write on. I do that in class. So just kind of basic things like that. And then have the sheets of paper available. Then you're going to write down the intuitive messages. Now, the interesting about this is I just want to emphasize anyone can do this. Like, so if you're doing this with your family and you're intuitive and you have a couple of intuitive friends, quote unquote, psychic friends over, don't let anybody feel intimidated that they can't do it, because usually the first timers come up with the best messages because they're uninhibited.
Yeah.
They're not worried what they're going to put, and that, oh no, I'm supposed to be a really good reader and maybe I better make it really good. They just put the message down, and they usually there's no attachment to being right.
Yeah, that's very true.
which is always important in I think any intuitive exercise is just to detach from the desire to be correct and to be right, you know, so being attached to the outcome. And so then we write those messages down. You're going to do one for each gift that was given. So that would be the message for the giver for gift number 1, and on another card for gift number 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And then the same thing for the recipient of the gift. So we've already done that. And, you know, we can, without being really boring going all through this, I can post this later if there are people who express an interest. But we're going to just show you how it's done. Okay.
And can I also say, so Michelle wrote on these cards, because I was a little unclear prior to arriving. It says message for giver number, and I fill in 1. And she did that for 1 through 4 in our case, so you could do 1 through 12. And then message for recipient number 1, message for recipient number 2. So you're writing 2 letters for each person. So this does take a little bit of time when your group gathers together.
It does. So you do want to kind of figure out the time that you have allotted, because a lot of what's fun is to be able to go over the validation afterwards.
Yes.
Once you know, and if you run out of that time, like we don't want to because we want to go back over it, then, you know, that's not fun. So basically you hang on to your messages, and then we're going to do the part of the swapping now. Okay. So we didn't choose order of going. So why don't we just let Matt choose first, and then we'll just go Megan, then me, then Laura.
Okay.
Laura, I guess will get to go last.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
You
take
get the
the last
scraps.
one.
Yeah. So should I just call out a number, I guess? And send it
Yeah,
here?
just call out a number.
We'll go with 3.
Okay. So that's your bag. So
Okay.
So you guys, now you know, and here's what how we're gonna do it. And this is different than a lot of times how I do it. Sometimes I'll have everybody pick their bags, and I have a lot of exercises like this, and they'll all pick ahead of time, and then no one pays attention to the one who's getting the messages. So what I decided to do instead is we're going to now read our messages. We're going to find out who bought that. It may be that Roger needs to open it, unless, you know, we need to find out what it is.
I'm okay with him opening my gift.
Your gift.
As long as he doesn't take it, that's fine.
So, because we need to know, does anybody know if that's their gift?
No.
Okay, so why don't you tell us, show us what the gift is. Roger.
I'll be impressed if I actually
He's
pick my
the
own.
official gift unwrapper today.
Oh.
Well, that it
Ooh.
was actually my own that I
cool.
brought.
All right,
Hey,
so
that's
this
great
is
because
cool.
it's actually something that I really like. So.
Okay, good. All right, so it's would you hand that to Megan? And so Megan's going to show us what it is.
We have Jeff Carson. I can't say the last name. Forgotten English, a daily calendar of vanishing vocabulary and folklore.
I would have liked
Super
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and one point is we don't steal, swap or steal for primarily because it'll mess up the whole game. Because then you're having to do intuitive of, wait, it went to that person, and then it goes to that person, and then it goes to that
Right.
person, and
Yeah.
that would be a mess. And also just because the nature of this, you kind of don't want to be stealing people's
Right.
gifts.
No, it's
you know?
Nobody
about
likes
it's
that.
about
Nobody
intuitive
likes
kindness.
that. Yes, yes. So
This
now
is Christmas.
this is. So Laura, why don't you go
Yes.
ahead and so you go to your gift number 3.
3.
Okay. So
Okay.
the giver, and read the message for Matt because he was the giver and the receiver.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the giver, a few strong, healthy relationships are good for you. Start weeding out the unnecessary or painful ones. Make room for good.
Okay.
Okay. And so what you'll do is set that aside for him.
Okay.
And you'll be able to give it to him later. So if we were sitting in a circle or in a living
Right.
room, he would get that message, and we'll give them all to him at once. So it's number 3, right? Mm-hmm. So I wrote for Matt, an unexpected visitor over the holidays may throw you off a little. Try and just roll with it. But yes, they do seem to want to take some advantages to a degree.
Okay.
That's what I got. I'll put it with yours.
Okay.
Okay. And mine for giver number 3, your energy changes the world around you into a better place. You bring calmness, clarity, and ingenuity to situations. I'm so thankful to have you as part of my life.
That's so
Well,
sweet.
I hope that's accurate because thank you.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Here,
Very
we'll pass
sweet.
it down. And so Matt,
Yes.
what did you write for the giver of gift 3?
This would be my message to myself, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of when it gets kind of interesting.
Yeah. So mine says, dress the part even if you're not feeling up to the challenge.
Nice.
Oh.
Does that apply to you?
I think in certain circumstances, yes. Probably more upcoming than others.
Yeah. I would think if you gave any of this that matches you, it would probably be me.
That is not true. You look
No,
fab.
it's just funny. I always have the jeans on underneath here. All right.
jeans.
So now we're going to give the messages to the receiver, which is Matt again.
Okay.
So you'll go to number 3.
Oh, you want me to start?
Well, we'll just
Laura,
start the
go
same
ahead.
order.
Okay. 2019 will be the year you really start taking your health seriously. Start with something small and work into a routine.
Did you say to take his house? Something about his house?
No,
Health, I
I
think is what I
his health.
I thought you said house.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
'cause I'm-
taking your house
Mine's
or
about your
that
house.
too.
Well, I heard it
That's
differently.
a good
health.
one.
So I got for recipient number 3 of bag number 3. I put there is an area of your home that truly has some stagnant energy. Clear it, and you will find you are happier and rejuvenated.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I kind of missed the game a little bit, but that's okay.
No, you
I
didn't.
said this gift is to ease pain in your life and to find quiet. Quietness, stillness, calmness. You feel your heart beat slow and you hear your inner voice speak clearly. Everything will be okay.
So first of all, you didn't miss the game at all. It can be about what they're receiving. It can be just a message you get from them in general. Just
Okay.
whatever the first thing that comes to your mind. So there's not any rules about the way you
Right.
give the message. So you
So
didn't
what
miss
I
it.
did is I took what the gift would be about for them in the year.
That's smart, and that's a fun way to do it too.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. And so what'd you put, Matt?
And then mine to me says, there's been something weighing you down. Now is the time to let it go.
Okay.
Okay.
That ties
Yeah.
in with yours.
So it's interesting
Yeah. Sure
when, here, we'll pass this down.
Okay.
So you kind of get the idea, right,
yeah.
of how we
Yep.
do this. So we're going to have Megan go next and pick
Okay.
a gift.
All right. So I will take bag number 1, please.
Bag number 1.
All right. Oh, look at these groovy new Soltopia bags. Very excited. Okay. So, I feel it.
You don't have to. You can just open it.
Okay. It feels bodily. Oh, it's, well,
It's double, triple wrapped.
yeah, she's got all kinds of wrapping action on here. I say she because I know Matt got, ooh.
What is
Okay, this is a candle with
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell as an elf on
Betty
it.
the Elf.
That's awesome.
Luckily, it does not smell like a fart. Oh,
Yeah, and somebody forgot to take the price tag off the
Oh,
bottom,
it's
which
okay,
is
I
like
haven't looked.
such a no-no. Like, how
haven't
on
looked.
earth would that happen? I'll get it before you see it.
okay. So
Okay,
what's next?
so that's bag number what? 1?
1.
Okay, so let's just start with you. What message did you get for your who did you write for number 1? Yes.
Yes.
And what message for the giver
Giver
did you
of
get? That would
number
be for
1.
me.
Okay. So you are such an amazing blessing in my life. I deeply appreciate all that you do for me, and I'm thankful for you being you.
Oh, thank you.
That's so
I feel the
sweet.
same way. Okay. And so I'll go around with the giver. I'll go next. We got if I can find my giver number 2.
Number 1.
Number
Number
1.
one.
Number
it's right
one.
in front of you.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Mhm.
It's right
That
in
one
front of
for
me.
the
That would be
snake?
the one that's right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no, but this is message for the recipient is what I should be reading. Right? Yeah. Because you chose. So it's it's you read for the giver. Now
Okay.
I'm reading for because you chose.
Oh,
the gift.
okay, okay, gotcha.
Right. All right. So, this is interesting. I really got this message and I really thought it was going to be for somebody else. Your car is on its last leg or wheel, so to speak. Stop procrastinating and move forward with finding one.
Oh.
Are you sure that's not for you?
I didn't write it for me. I knew somebody was
Wow.
supposed to get it. I thought it was me or somebody else, but you got it.
Wow.
So it's interesting because I know you have a great car. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I know you're wanting another one.
Yeah, but not
So-
for another like year and a
Well,
half or so.
Maybe that. Hey, I've made the last leg of mine be like what 2 years.
Oh, right,
So there you
okay.
go. She has a nice car though. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Don't be so hard on yourself in 2019. The year will bring new opportunities to embrace your gifts.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm sorry, which one am I reading for? Giver or recipient?
You
One.
are reading for
Recipient number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
You're actually reading for both.
Oh, should I read both?
Yeah, isn't that how we did it?
No, well,
Yeah.
that was Matt because he had the same number.
Okay.
So you do it first, and then you go back around.
Okay. So
Yeah.
just read for the recipient.
Okay. So this is for,
Is that right?
Yeah.
this would be for Megan then.
Mm-hmm.
This just says, now is the time to double down on your talents.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
There you go. There you go.
Go. Very good message. Okay, so is that everybody?
Yep.
Okay.
So we do the giver.
That's the giver.
So now we do the giver. I already read that. So
But you already read yours for the giver.
Right.
we just did them both at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, do I read my own recipient
Yes.
letter?
Yes.
Okay. So, this is kind of funny because this is the Will Ferrell candle. I said, this is the gift to help you fulfill your heart's dreams. It will help you open your intuition and trust yourself. I hope that it makes you smile and radiate from the inside out.
Okay,
Oh.
so let me tell you what's funny about that, because you don't want to contrive it, but the honest truth is these candles. It's Buddy the Elf. Okay, he's funny, right? I mean, this is one of the funniest shows, and I don't even like Christmas shows.
Okay.
I don't really love Christmas either, but that's why I pause like that.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious, but it's also intended. You mentioned intuition and things like that, and intentions. You can dress this candle, like put herbs down into it to bring whatever joy and into your job going forward, or even ask for more intuition from Saint Buddy the Elf, right?
I'm totally going to work this candle.
Yes, I would work it. All right,
a
so
great candle.
I read my. I'm so confused. I read no.
You
I read
didn't
my
read it for
recipient.
yourself
Okay.
because you were the giver.
Okay.
So
So,
you did
I'm
what you're
reading message for recipient
For giver number 1.
for giver. Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're here because I clearly don't know how to play this game.
Oh, you do. You do
All
know
right,
how
I've
to
only
play
done it so many times. I think I just changed it up a little. All right. This is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Take the time to enjoy your family. You feel you spend plenty of time with them, and you do, but an extended family member could use a bit of a lift, and that makes sense to me.
Cool.
Good one. So here's my message for you. Giver number 1, know your worth and act accordingly with others as well.
Thank you.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Okay. And then mine for Michelle is trust in your sense of direction, even though you may be feeling external doubts right now.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Very
All right. So now I choose?
You're next.
Okay.
2 or 4.
What is it?
2 or 4.
Well, 2's my favorite number.
Okay.
All right. Incoming number 2.
Where do I get one of those Soultopia bags?
That's Soultopia.
With your purchase.
With your purchase.
All right. I'll get this out of the way.
I'm sorry, I'm
is it?
laughing at
Oh.
myself.
Oh, I love it.
That's mine.
I can tell. I love it. Oh my God.
That's so awesome.
This is awesome. I hope you guys can see this.
It's like a yoga cat.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's and you can put your rings on
That's
it.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's so
that's
cute.
brilliant.
Like put it on your bedside table and
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
you're welcome.
That
All
was
right.
really fab.
So who goes first?
Okay.
So you read for recipient for number 2.
Recipient for number 2. Okay. This gift.
Roger gives
Yes.
a resounding nod.
Thank you, Roger. This gift is to help you find peace and calm amongst the chaos of the day-to-day craziness. Take a moment and pause. Reflect on it when you feel lost. Centering will happen in this moment.
That's interesting because of what this cat is
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is everything that you wrote about.
it's got the mudra hands and
Uh-huh.
little accents of gold, and It even has on breeches.
So-
Little cat pants.
Does he have on pants?
Yeah.
He does have on pants.
Yes. Well, good. I'm glad to know that I'll be meditating in pants. That's helpful.
Those days of meditating naked.
Those are over.
Yeah.
Because the cat has told me to put on the pants. Read yours again because it fit if you think about what this cat's doing.
Okay. This gift is to help you find peace and calm amongst the chaos of the day-to-day craziness. Take a moment and pause. Reflect on it when you feel lost. Centering will happen in this moment.
It fits.
Yeah, it sure
It
does.
does. All right. So I wrote the message to recipient number 2. Oh, so this is a no. I wrote father in spirit ? Like, do you have a father in spirit? And then I wrote, or it's a father figure. But it says he seems to want to say you are enough. And I can just say that I will take that message. Yeah. It's a good message for me. Very good. From myself.
From yourself.
Well, and I love that it comes with such an image of calm.
Yeah.
So here's message for recipient number 2, you, Michelle. It's time to broaden your knowledge or start that creative project you have put on the back burner in 2018.
Okay.
Go, girl.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
And
start a
then
new pile. Hey, hand me your cards. Don't forget. So,
Okay.
I'm hanging on to mine in here.
oh, okay.
Figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My message then for recipient number 2 is there's someone that needs you to listen right now.
Okay. I believe that. There's
Okay.
probably more than one someone's, but yeah, one in particular, right? You know, I've thought a lot about that since Dr. Shrimp's show about being a listener.
Yes.
You know, her saying that that's like the number one issue that people have. Yeah, so thank you for that. That's definitely true.
You're welcome.
So we're all good messages. So now where are we at?
We are on giver number 2, which would be me.
All right.
So
Okay.
what are your messages for me? I can't wait.
Matt, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I'll start. For giver number 2, I have the greatest gift you can give others is your knowledge.
Nice.
You've got a lot of that.
Yep. She does have a lot of knowledge, too. My message for giver number 2, Miss Laura, you rock my world in so many ways.
Oh.
You bring a smile to my soul and make me laugh. Thank you for your presence, kindness, and love in my life.
Oh, I like that one.
I actually,
that on my
I was,
mirror.
that's interesting because I really,
You thought it was her.
yeah, I really did. But I did allow that any one of these people could connect for me on this too. But yeah, you really came to mind.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll take that.
Right?
Yeah. Put
All
it
right.
on my mirror.
So my message for you, Laura, is things seem very hectic for you right now.
No.
That's an understatement, I think. Just slow down. Take one thing at a time. Don't let the concern about getting everything done ruin your holidays or steal your joy.
Okay. No, I definitely need to hear that for sure. Things just don't slow down.
Yeah, I know it's hard to have them slow down when you have twins,
Yeah.
but I think there's some things potentially that could. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves during the holidays to get everything perfect, and when you have twins that age, you just have to allow yourself a little slack.
Yeah, a little leeway.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
definitely do that. So my message for myself is 2019 will be the year to save money. A moment will arise when you need that cushion. So that is definitely for me.
Wow. Yeah.
I know. It's here in black and white. I gotta listen to it
From yourself.
from myself.
Yeah. Okay. I like
Needless
that.
to say, I know that's
yeah.
amazing. That's a good one.
All right.
Okay. So I guess I'm last. I will take number 4.
Okay. Incoming fabulous Soultopia bag.
All right.
It's heavy.
Oops, sorry about that.
I can't believe Megan got the Buddy the Elf.
So exciting. Oh, I hope it's not a lump of coal.
Oh, you never know.
As long as it's shungite,
Yeah.
I'd take it.
I was gonna say coal could be good these days.
Ooh. Oh, it's
Nice.
beautiful.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I love that. And this is from Megan?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
yes, it's beautiful. I love it.
Oh.
Very beautiful. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Love it. Love it.
Do you want to start, Megan?
Can everybody see?
Okay, can you tell me what I'm supposed to read? Which
Yes. So for recipient number 4.
Okay,
Which would
message
be-
for recipient number 4. This gift is to find joy, fun, and fulfillment in your day today. Sometimes when you're feeling befuddled or frazzled, this will remind you of something simpler and happy, childlike and loving.
Oh,
That makes sense.
does make sense. I like that.
So I have for you, Laura, find joy in those who care about you. Trust, and it's in all caps and underlined. Wonderful people are in your life, but you have a habit of pushing them away. Trust.
Okay. I will.
I'm brutal. I'm honest.
Yeah. No, good,
I do
good.
that too. So,
Has anyone ever cried on Soultopia Third Eye Thinkers? So message for recipient number 4, which is me. You have not, this is true. You have not spent as much time outside this year, and your mind and body feel it. Make room in your life to get outside.
yeah.
I certainly need to.
Wow.
All right. And mine for recipient 4 is take the risk that you've been putting off.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it.
There you
Take it.
Oh,
Very good.
yeah, I think I know what that's about.
Yeah.
We can discuss that later.
Okay. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. So now we have the giver.
Okay, so I read my message for myself.
Did you never?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
and
you do.
that
For
goes in-
giver number
Number
4.
Yeah.
You are such a tender and kind soul. Your strength shows through your gentleness when you're not looking. I'm so thankful to share my life with you. You always bring me joy.
Read it again. Do you want me to read it for you? I
No,
want to
it's
hear
okay.
it again. No?
No, yeah,
I'll
I'm
play
good.
it back.
I'm good. I'm good.
That was beautiful.
So, okay.
Wow. Yeah, good message. Okay, so I am giving this message to Megan. So pull back from your desire to be successful, okay, quote unquote. You already are. You are admired by many, and you are in your purpose. But you will gain more recognition.
Okay. I can do that.
That's what I got.
Okay. So here's my message for Megan. Learn to laugh at life a little more and look for the lessons the universe is trying to show you.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And my message for Megan is call that person that you have been meaning to call.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
All right. So that's how you play. How much time do we have left? Or are we over?
We are right at time right now.
Okay. So let's
That
just
was
say a thing about it is that some people might ask is, do the packages need to remain anonymous? Now you can kind of see why they do. You want to make the packages anonymous. Do you need to listen when someone else is going? Yes, because it's just polite, number one. And you may get a message too. That message, because of the collective and all being connected in one, that message may also be for you. And what is the point of this game that we did? That everybody, thank you, because I always forget the rules, that we did today. The point is to have fun, but also to exercise those intuitive muscles. I will say this, if you'll save your cards, and we don't have time to do it, and look back through all the cards and all the messages, there may be a theme that is running through there. Often there is a theme. We don't have time to really go over that today, but you will find, especially when you get in bigger groups, all of a sudden a theme will start emerging for the message you're receiving.
Wow.
For that day. And then let me see if we have anything else. And then the other, I put, do gifts have to be serious? No, as long as they're in good taste. So that's why you got Buddy the Elf.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I
So-
follow Buddy. And that brings in the humor and that I need to focus on sometimes when I get really stressed out.
So there's the thread. Yeah.
yeah.
So there's a lot of when you look at the gift and you look at all the messages and you take them all and you really try. At one point, I used to think that's contriving things. That's like making a square peg fit in a round hole. It's not true. If I don't think anybody's ever really wrong, and we always get this thing we say, oh, so and so was spot on in their message. I think everyone, if they're truly tapping into what and asking for a message for the highest and best good, I think you're always spot on. Mm-hmm. That's where I have a little problem with that saying, oh, they were spot on, because every message at some point, I've always found that for readers who read at the store or whatever, people will come back even 6 months later and go, you're never going to believe you wrote that thing or you told me this, and then this is how it fit. So don't ever think, oh boy, I was off and I was wrong. Those are just words you don't want to use. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know if you're wrong or not. It may seem totally like your car. We don't know. Hopefully it's fine, but there was something to that message.
Oh yeah, and
so,
who knows?
Yeah, so every message means something. And the other thing you don't do is you don't make excuses and go, oh, that must have been for so and so. No, we really stick to the one that we intended the message for.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it, I think.
That's very cool.
That was fun. Michelle, I think this is really good too. Family gatherings can be so awkward sometimes, especially if there's bad blood or, if not everybody gets along. And I think this is an excellent way to kind of bring everybody together and get people talking and, sharing. And it's a lot of fun.
And kind of break the ice. And I think if you're going to do that, I would just recommend that you keep them pretty positive affirmations. I'm somebody who believes that positive affirmations are things that I say to people. I don't want to be Pollyanna and give them false truth. But at the same time, you do want to keep those. And all of them today were positive. So if you were in a group of family, you want to keep it somewhat positive so that, Uncle so-and-so doesn't get mad and stomp out of the
I
party.
see Grandma getting run over by a reindeer.
We don't have any of those types of radio. But anyway, thank you guys for doing this. And if you would like any more information on how to play the game, call Matt Stoker. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure. I'm right here.
Yeah, so you can contact any of us or, comment underneath all the postings that we have for our show on social media.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and Laura and Matt, thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us today and being a part of it.
And I got a gift.
Yes, we all got gifts, and this was a great learning experience. Thank you, Michelle, for bringing this one to the table. It was very cool.
You're welcome.
So, always fun to
Thank you,
experiment.
ladies.
And everybody keep your messages. Yeah.
So you all have been listening to Third Eye Thinkers. Thanks for joining us. We are available on all podcast channels and on YouTube. Please subscribe. If you like the show, give us a 5-star review. And keep Third Eye Thinking. We'll be seeing you soon. Thanks.